What's going on? So I want to talk to you about why I don't think you're going to become rich investing in the stock market right now. Don't get me wrong, there's a ton of potential and money to be made. So I'm going to get into what I'm talking about and why you might not become rich. Real quick, there's a couple exceptions, and that's if you're already rich, you'll definitely become more rich in this type of market. And if you're using a lot of leverage, like with options or YOLO plays, you might also become wealthy that way. Specifically, I'm talking about long-term investments and just buying stock to hold. So we might have seen the bottom last month, or we might not have reached it yet. If we haven't reached it yet, that means there's still potential for stocks to go under where you bought them. But as long as you're holding them as a long-term investment, potentially they'll go back up and you will make a lot of money. But this does rely on the fact that the stock doesn't fail and the company doesn't go bankrupt and cease to exist. The easiest way to combat that is diversification. And I really hope if you're investing in the market, you hold more than one stock. I know a couple people with only one stock in their portfolio, and to be completely honest, that's a little scary. And I'm definitely not against long-term investing. I think now is actually a great time to invest in the stock market because you can make a lot of money even with these long-term investments. But what I'm saying is you probably won't become rich this way. If you were to buy last month when the market was down about 35%, even if that ended up being the bottom and the stocks are going to go up over the next year, and let's say last month was the bottom and you were able to buy when the markets were down about 35%, if the stock you bought was down about 50% and over the next year it goes back up to the price it was earlier, you're going to double your money, which is an amazing return, don't get me wrong. However, I don't think doubling a return would necessarily make anyone rich. If you went in with, let's say, $10,000 and you were able to turn that into $20,000 investing long term in a couple stocks, that's a lot of money, but it's definitely not rich, and it's probably not even life-changing for most people, especially if you take out taxes. If you had a retirement account of $100,000 and you were able to double it the same way, that's a pretty good return as well. But chances are, if you had a retirement account, you were already invested and your account was already down. If the market continues to fall over the next year, and let's say it goes down to almost 90% down of what it was earlier this year, and you made a 10 times return over the year after that, you might be able to become rich off that, but you would still need a high capital. And I don't think most people, especially my age, save that much money. If you had a $5,000 account and you were able to get a 10 times return and turn that into about $50,000, that's going to be incredible. However, I think that return versus how bad the economy was during that year or two isn't really going to do you that much good. Chances are we'd suffer so much inflation that your $50,000 is now worth even less. And if you didn't hold that stock for over a year, you're going to pay a premium on the tax as well. So what am I really saying? I'm saying that you could easily make a lot of money even with just long-term investing. But I don't think you're going to get rich off that unless you're already rich. My investing strategy relies heavily, if almost entirely, on option. And this way I can make money whether the market goes up or down. And the return, at least on winning trades, will generally be higher than just investing in the underlying stock. However, the losses can be a whole lot larger as well. And that's where position size and risk management really come into play. You probably could become super rich by YOLOing all your money in one play. However, if that play goes bad, you'll easily lose your whole account. I'm just really tired of hearing a lot of people say, oh, put all your money in the stock market now, you're gonna get so rich. You might end up coming out of it with some really good returns, but you're not really gonna be rich. And realistically, you might not even get enough money for it to be a life-changing amount. However, you're probably going to get a good enough return that it's definitely worth doing as long as you be smart, diversify, and don't do anything dumb. And I just want to address the biggest thing that I hate to hear, and that I'm going to get a small business loan or a personal loan or whatever type of loan and put that money in the stock market right now. I'm going to make so much money. The problem with that is even though there's a potential for a pretty good reward, and you could probably easily get a return return higher than the interest rate, you're taking a pretty big risk, and now you're subjecting yourself to that interest rate, which you wouldn't have had without the loan. I'm working on a couple basic options videos about how they work and a couple of the strategies I use, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already to see those when they come out, and leave a like on this video if you learned anything or it was helpful. If you think I got anything wrong, leave a comment down below. I don't always get everything right. Well, thank you guys for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, I'm gonna become rich doing SPY YOLO puts. Let's see, I'm gonna make some money. All in on SPY puts. $200 strike for next week. Heck yeah. I'm gonna be rich.